The biggest conspiracy in the world is that this moment is ordinary. I once heard it said that if you were to live for the future, then even to live forever would be to miss the point eternally. If you are to live for the future, then even to live forever would be to miss the point eternally. And I just want to ask you and ask myself really, are we here? Are we living life to get something out of it? Are we here to get something out of life? Right? Or are we here to live it? I once read that the only thing to get from life is the wisdom that comes from experiencing it. Right? And I think that's interesting. Life doesn't owe us anything, right? It's just an experience, you know? It's like, what do you want out of life? And people say that, what do you want out of life, right? I just want to live it. I just want to give it all I can. And I have this feeling inside myself that that's all I can do is just give life all I can give. And I feel that in that giving, in that finding a way to give my gifts, right? That's my biggest desire because ultimately that I can feel that within myself that that is the thing that's going to really bring me fulfillment at the end of the day. Not anything I can get back out of life, but the fact of giving all of myself to it. Life owes me nothing, and knowing that life owes me nothing, I could start to see it that everything is a bonus, everything is a gift, right? Not having the attitude that life owes me something, not walking around expecting life to fulfill me, expecting life to fill my cup, but rather realizing it's my job to change my perspective to see that my cup is full, you know? And if I'm not satisfied, if I'm not happy, I can use that as fuel and motivation to move to something different, you know? But I just wanted to touch on this today, you know? Is the point of the walk when you go for a walk, is the point to get somewhere? Or is it just to enjoy the walk? You know, when you sing a song, is the point to impress somebody or is it just to sing and express? That's like the birds, right? The birds, they don't sing to impress you. They don't sing to get an ovation, to get a clap. They just sing because they're here. They sing because they have a song to sing. And I don't think they're worried about who listens and impressing people. It's just they're just living for the sake of living. They have this within them to live. And so I just wanted to kind of just send a suggestion today, you know, to anybody out there to just leave your phone, set your phone at home, go for a walk. Go for a walk and have no distractions. Pay attention to the world around you. Pay attention to the leaves crumbling under your feet. Pay attention to the thoughts in your head. Pay attention to the cars driving by. Just go for a walk and be with yourself. Pay attention to what's going on within you and without, the world inside of you and the world outside of you. Because we have these phones now that are just kind of constantly creating this division, I feel, between us connecting within ourselves and us connecting to the world around us. There's this phone, there's this device in between us now that seems to be creating a lot of static, right? And I just encourage people, you know, to do a mindful practice, to go for a walk and just pay attention to the world around you. Be mindful of everything, you know, without this distraction, without this phone, you know, and just pay attention to the world and take it in and give yourself time when you go for a walk, you're giving yourself time and space to really process what's going on within you, right? And I think that's more important than ever right now, to give yourself time and space to process what is going on, and not always be adding more things. We are so stressed as a culture, and I think it's because we are on overload. We have just so much news, so much data, so much noise. And it is really a true act of self-love and just self-love. It's a true act of self-love to give yourself time and space to just stop consuming more news and more information. We are so inundated, we are so saturated, polluted even, with just thoughts of other people and headlines and worries and fear and all these things that, at the end of the day, how much of these things would you know if you didn't have connection to the internet, right? I don't believe that we were born or created to take in the news of 8 billion people. I don't think that that is good for us. And then we look around and we look at ourselves and we realize we are struggling mentally, we are struggling spiritually. I don't believe we are here to carry the weight of the entire world, to just always be inundated with things. Not to mention the fact that we're only told about like negative things oftentimes. In order for us to find positive things and real, nectar of life, we have to go out and look for it. We have to actually stop being connected to the internet and go talk to someone, go interact with someone, go pet a dog, go for a walk in the park. Look for the good things in life. We have to do that. They're not just always going to show up to you, you know? You have to be a finder and a seeker for the good things to keep you, alive in your heart and to keep you going, at a hope and a faith level. Like, and I just wanted to recommend to people today to just go for a walk, man, and just take time for yourself without taking in more stuff from the internet, without taking in more information, and just allow yourself to be with yourself. It's a beautiful act of self-love. And, I just, the fact of being able to show up and be present in your life is huge. If we have so much going on within us that we don't process, if we have so much that we're carrying around of other people's worries and other people's, just all these things that have been offloaded onto us over time, and all these things that are going on within us oftentimes are not ours, and they're keeping us from really connecting with what's in front of us, keeping us from being present for our life. And what I've been able to notice in my own journey is the quality of my presence when I'm more present for my nature walk, for people around me. The quality of my presence when I'm fully there and not somewhere else in my head or in my phone, when I'm fully present, that's all the more that I'm able to truly drink in the nectar of life and truly be appreciative and be satisfied and be fulfilled in the moment. How many of us are truly here? How many of us are here, or how many of us are like somewhere else all the time? I just noticed this in life. Every once in a while, you will see somebody in society that is truly present, and I will, because I'm looking for that, and they're just here, and they will acknowledge you, and they will smile at you, and they are in the moment with you, and that feels so good, and that feeds you, it feeds your spirit, But a lot of times, oftentimes, many times in this day and age, it's like we are all just, a lot of us are somewhere else a lot of the time. People are not present, and myself included a lot of the time. We're in our phone, we're in our head, we're in our thoughts, we're in the past, we're in the future. And the work is to just find a way to be here for more, a little more every day if you can. Pet your dog, see your family member, smile at somebody, wave at someone. See the way, like the wind and the leaves rustling and the the sun shining, and just to tune out that noise for a minute and be here. The more we are able to meet life in full presence, the more that we will be fulfilled and realize that we don't need to always be chasing things in life. There's gifts all around us. There's gifts all around us all the time if we can be present to see them instead of always be chasing the future. And so it's important for us to realize, are we being mindful, or is our mind full? Is our mind full? Because being mindful means being present. And a lot of times, when our mind is so full of stuff, it makes it impossible to be present. And it takes time it takes time and space to really digest and process what's going on within you. You got to set time aside. You got to, journal and just maybe meditate or sit quietly and just be with yourself. Don't always be in a rush to distract yourself. So I just wanted to say that today. I hope everyone is having, a nice holiday season and just feeling grateful and really able to just soak in the beauty in this time of the year, finding someone to share a moment with, share a hot chocolate with, share a coffee with, a nice book, some nice music. But don't be in a rush to take in all that the world wants to tell you. Don't be in a rush to consume all of this information. Because at the end of the day, it's not your job to do that. And we are not just here to consume, we are here to create. We are all here to create. And it's not your job to consume all of the stuff from the world. We are all creators. We all have creative abilities. We are all creative people who are here to share parts of ourselves and make things and, initiate things. We're not just here to receive information, and so that means we are a source. We are a source of beauty. We are a source of color and art and things. We are a source of things. So we need to get in touch with ourselves and get in touch with that power within us in order to tap into that, and consuming the static from the world is just going to keep us distracted. It's never going to lead us to that place of, being at one with ourselves. And so just wanted to say that today. That's the journey I'm on, and I wanted to share that as well for anyone who might need to hear that today. So God bless to you. Merry Christmas, and thanks for listening. Take care.